Good afternoon. My name is Henry Calvin Priest, and I was one of the most successful businessmen in the early history of this great city. I made a fortune in the lumber industry. By today's standards, my net worth would have been in the tens of millions of dollars. I used my wealth for the betterment and the promotion of numerous civic causes throughout Alton. I was born on November 25th, 1830 in Massachusetts. My father was Josiah. He was a farmer and a clothier. My mother, Eliza, came from an old Massachusetts family, the Sweesters. That may be a name some of you in Alton may still recognize to this day. I was one of 7 children, and I learned the value of hard work at an early age working on my father's farms. There was a time when I was growing up for 2 years, I worked on one of my father's largest farms in Hartford, Connecticut. I came across an opportunity at that point to teach school in Jersey County, Illinois. And I thought, what an opportunity after working on a farm, how hard can it be to be a teacher? So I moved to Jersey County shortly after a year of teaching. Not as easy as I thought, so in 1854 I moved to Alton, Illinois. Now I was not the first member of my family to relocate to this great city. My uncle Henry Sweester moved here in 1838, and he was in the lumber industry. That was 1 year after the city incorporated. Now at that time, Alton was a major hub in the lumber industry. It was heavily wooded, it had a lot of pine, it had a lot of oak, which was highly sought after. The wood was harvested, and it was sent down the river for further processing. I worked with my uncle for some time. I eventually became his partner. The name of the business was Sweester Priest, and we were very, very successful in our endeavors. We were the largest lumber yard in Alton. In 1885, I purchased the business from my uncle. We were located at 4th and Piasol. I later expanded the business, and we moved to what you now call 3rd and Broadway, which is where your city hall is located today. Now, a year before I purchased the business, in 1884, I married a lovely young lady named Lucia Brown out of St. Louis, Missouri. We lived at 419 Henry Street. You can still go by and see my house today. Now, unfortunately, Lucia and I were not blessed or fortunate enough to have any children, but we used our time on many, many worthwhile endeavors in the community. I used my wealth for the betterment of the community and supported many worthwhile causes here in Alton. I was very active in the Republican Party, the Methodist Church, and the Freemasons. I was also on the board of directors of the Alton Railway and Illuminating Company, which later became the Alton Railway Gas and Light Company. I am proud to say that my neighbor said I was a very kindly and very, very generous man. I think my life speaks to never giving up and hard work paying off. It took me a while to find what I wanted. I worked on a farm for a while, I taught for a while, and I finally found my passion in Alton, working with my uncle in the lumber industry, and I made it pay off big. Now, unfortunately, just before my 70th birthday, in October 31st, 1900, I passed away. Now, as many of you know, October 31st is Halloween. Now, I wasn't fortunate enough to see your Halloween parades. They started 100 years ago in 1960. But I can attest to the spookiness and the joy of the holiday. It was often said to me, Henry, you sure do like a good party. That may be one of the reasons I didn't get married until I was 54 years old. So I have to ask my wife, she put up with a lot. But like then, the East End Improvement Association put on the parade, revelers would dress up, wear masks, and they even held a dance in honor of Halloween. Today, I understand there are marching bands, numerous fantastic floats, and revelers of all ages cannot wait to get their fair share of Halloween candy. So enjoy the holiday. I am sure you're going to catch a glimpse of me and many other spirits at the 100th anniversary of the parade. So happy Halloween, everyone, and thank you for supporting Alton Little Theater today. Thank you.